Our project title is Travel Chatbot. So we are 4 group mates. Myself is Beena Mahato.
And myself, Megha Malusare.
I am Pradnya Gunjal.
And I am Ritu,
And
Pagar.
Yes.
so the introduction of the chatbot is like now for everywhere we go, we interact with the artificial intelligence, with the ML work we do, with everything becoming online and all. So we are more dependent on the bots and all, they could give us the correct output. So introduction is that to design and implement natural and intuitive interaction modalities in a primary research field in the human computer interaction domain, that systems can interact with the user through the natural language processing, and they are using for that is NLP and ML and AI chatbot we are developing here. So for this we have gone through 3 research papers that they have developed various kinds of chatbots for the medical field, for the hospital field, for the different versions of chatbots. So we have recommended those, read those papers, and now we are making one that will is speech-based travel chatbot. So our software requirements are this, and we will be using Python here, and these are our hardware requirements. And the scope of our project is to interact with the customers and give them timely updates, like to get this instant, like since it's our travel one, so whenever a person will be traveling, they would require the current status of particular area, like weather and everything. So for that, we will be developing this bot using some APIs also, and we will be making this with Python language using ML, and input we're taking from the data sets. So this is the architecture of our chatbot. That is a speech-based chatbot we have taken, because naturally, basically we have always seen as the text-based chatbot. The 3 language we have given as Marathi, English and Hindi, where the user first will log in through the user ID and password that the user has to make there, and the 3 language modules will be given. They has to choose one, and through the Google speech conversion API, the speech will be recognized, and through the NLP they will be converted into the text one, and the user will get the output. So this is our mathematical model where the input, procedure and output is there. And so here is the text to speech data will be given, and voice to voice conversion, and then the translation happens. So we have just gone through our the 4 STLC models, where the first is come the requirements, and then the design, and then implementation part and the testing, then deployment and maintenance. The first data flow, it will happen with a simple input will go to the system and the output will come. And the second data flow, the input would go in the chatbot, that start system and the NLP work, and then output. The next, it will be the input is the voice. And this is our activity diagram where this happens, like the voice, the input through the voice will get through the sentimental analysis and then statement matching, and that the result will be through text only, not voice. This is our sequence diagram, and here's our component diagram. The deployment is that with user application, the interfaces will request to the data, the system, and system through the database will take the input output, and through the analysis and NLP classification will give the response back to the user. So here we have used the database as MongoDB, and we haven't mentioned here in the PPT. So the server for the backend, we have used Flask, and the frameworks and library are Python. We have used for complete implementation, Spacy for natural language processing LLP, and skitlearn for query processing. And we have given GeoPy, since it's a travel related chatbot for weather related data, we have used GeoPy, and Gmap API for location and nearby processing. And for summarization, we have used Genism, and we have also given the Wikipedia one to get the whenever some query related to get about the places, we have given Wikipedia and Bank API for distance and places. And And this our conclusion, like our speech base is for those who can't text or see visually impaired. So that's we have tried to something make new, but we are it in process, like half it's in working, but we are modifying into more. Thank you, sir.